And then another pattern I noticed from my pattern recognition growing up in the hood is that a lot of women who were elderly or older trying to put you on game when it comes to struggles you go through in a relationship, and or a lot of men that were elderly and older who would try to put you on game when it comes to struggles in a relationship would often sanctify their trauma with Christian dogma. It's like, yeah, God's gonna test you. It's gonna test your relationship plenty of times. You know what I mean? I cheated on my wife at least 10 times before I was saved. Gave her a couple black eyes, you know what I'm saying? We got into a few fights. And when I understood, when I prayed to God, was that when you have a good woman at home folding your clothes, cooking you food, you know what I mean, supporting you in your worst of days, that's when you know that she's the one. And where nobody's fucking perfect, nigga. Like you, when you listen to this shit, you like, nigga, did you not know she was the one the first or second or third time you cheated, nigga? And then you have the woman, right, backing that shit up. Like, yeah, yeah, he was tough at first, but things, things happen. Nobody's perfect. And then we'll look at you weird if you decide to not settle for that trauma anymore and say, you know what, I'm good on that. I'm not going to participate in that toxic behavior. Another pattern I used to notice that I thought was really fucking strange growing up in the hood, where a lot of trauma was normalized on a regular fucking basis, nigga, was when someone who might be my age, let's say someone anywhere between their 20s or early 30s, trying to express things about sexual assault, right, to their elder, a grandmother or something like that, and may have professed, God forbid, right, that they may have been molested by an uncle or a father or whoever to this elderly woman, only for them to go, yeah, but you should still go see him, go talk to him, forgive him. You know what I mean? Nobody's perfect, and you want to be like, what the fuck, bitch? Do you hear yourself right now, nigga? You know how many elderly black folks, not all, right, but how many elderly black folks will put it on you to forgive the person who molested or sexually assaulted you, nigga? And it doesn't matter. I know where the history and trauma comes from. I recognize it, right? But we're not going to sit here and act like that just because the person who assaulted this person is on their last dying breath, that suddenly we should have an act of faith and Tyler Perry, the family that prays together, stays together energy, and just forgive this fucking person. Like the amount of times I noticed growing up the pattern of trauma being normalized, overlooked, dismissed, overshadowed by prayer, so-called prayer, and so-called forgiveness was troublesome. All the while you're expected to raise yourself up as a good human being and all